Good morning, everybody. It is Weigh-In Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. All right, if you hear a doggy barking in the background, that is always Misty. She's our little Chiweenie. She's like part weenie dog and part Chihuahua, and she doesn't yap in the house, never yaps at people, but if you put her in the backyard and she will not stop. So that's what that is in the back. So let's get to the weigh-in. Let's see, I got up on the scale today. I was really thinking I'd maintain this week, and I'm down 0.4, which, you know, a lot of people will look at that and go, oh, that's more of a maintain. And yeah, I could say that, but I'm not going to, and here's why. It's because I am about on the last 10 pounds that I have to lose. And very rarely does somebody lose that last 10 by 1 pound here, 2 pounds there. A lot of times you're going to lose it in ounces. And so I'm grabbing onto those 0.4 and going, great job. I think that's wonderful and I'll take it. I'm 0.4 down. I did not gain, and that's not a maintain to me. So I'm going to take it. And when I go up like 0.4, yeah, it kind of stinks, and I am kind of tempted to say that's more of a maintain too, but I have to look at that, right? If I'm going to look at it down, I'm going to look at it up because everything counts, and that's how I want to look at it. But I'm not going to let, you know, either way, you know, drag me down. I just have to continue on my journey and keep my head straight ahead and keep focused. So one of the wonderful things that I think I did this week was switch my focus to being aware of whole foods and really trying to do my best at taking out the processed foods, because the more I see of people's journeys across the board, no matter what diet they're in, whether it's taking out all the animal products or just having animal products or everything in between, one thing that I see over and over and over is that people have success when they have taken out the processed foods. That was a main component that seems to run across the board to everybody, and success. So that's really what I'm really trying to focus on here. I am watching my points because I want to stay within a certain realm, and I think that it's still beneficial for me. Will I at some point say I don't really need to count points because I just know how to eat? Maybe things will go that way. I don't know, but I'm taking it day by day and just striving my best to be on point wherever I am in my life and in my journey. I want to be doing the whole foods focus is really helping, and it's really helping my mindset to not just be aware of the processed foods that I'm eating, but also the processed foods that are diet foods and diet related diet culture foods. And in the past, they've been really great tools to help maybe coax me away from those, you know, higher processed foods. You know, instead of having I'm not that I ever really had these, but like a Malamar bar or something like that, or Oreo cookies or something, you know, to have maybe a Fiber One bar is definitely coaxing you away, but you can still do better, you know, then too. Not that there's, you know, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you're using at this time. I actually stopped buying Fiber One bars. I was buying them for my kids, but then they got kind of like tired of them. I had one once in a while. Now I don't really feel like I need to have them. But anyway, there is a place for that, you know. So, and that doesn't mean that I'm not still using some of those processed diet foods, because I still am. But I'm trying to make real food adjustments, you know what I mean, and try to get out of the process. Most of the time, I think you can remake a lot of the diet food culture food in real food. I really do. I think that you can supplement with whole food. I just think that for whatever reason, maybe because of time and ease, we just haven't. I haven't. I mean, we have 3 kids at home still, and they're all homeschooling. We have our own business, and we have a ton of field trips, and I run my household. I mean, there's like a million things to do all the time. So, making everything all the time doesn't always seem like an option. But does it not seem like an option because I have just adjusted to that way of life? I mean, maybe honestly, I could say the same thing about breakfast. You all know that I love my oatmeal in the morning. I love whole grain pancakes, and it's like almost either or. I very rarely come away from oats and pancakes in the morning. Sometimes I do. But so that is all whole food. So if I was able to make an adjustment for myself and say, I'm having this kind of breakfast because this is the way I like to start my day, could I not also say, this is what I'm using for snacks and this is what I'm using for dinner? I just need to make a life adjustment, right? It just takes time. But I think in going forward and ahead and making your journey what it needs to be and finding your sweet spot and cracking the code and getting that weight loss, I don't think that it always happens all at once. Not for most people. For some people, it does, and then for some people, I think, like for me in the past, I had lost a lot of weight at one point, but I made too many changes all at once and I wasn't able to sustain it. And I ended up going back to exactly what I was before that because I didn't develop slowly the habits that would keep me going in the future. So it was like either or, it was black and white. And so now what I'm trying to do is develop the smaller habits, adding one thing at a time, subtract one thing at a time, and don't be in such a hurry to lose it all at once. That's just not a sustainable way. I don't feel it's a sustainable way for me. I posted the arm workout that I do in the morning with a few other little workouts. Now, what I did was when I first started that was I only started with a few of those moves, and then I would add another exercise and another one and another one, and eventually added on, as I say in that video, after the arm workout and the balance workout, I added push-ups. And then now that I've added push-ups, I am used to that. I added something else. And so I've added another 5 minutes or so, 5 to 7 minutes, I think, of another cardio move. And I may show you that at some point. So it's getting, the workout is getting longer and longer in the morning, but I wasn't able to just start that all at once. I had to add one thing at a time, and then it just didn't seem like a long workout to me. It just seems like something that you do. And to me now, it's like the routine I go through in the morning where I brush my teeth, wash my face, get ready and all that stuff. It seems as regular as that to me now. And now I don't realize, I go through the day and I'm thinking, where can I stick the time where I'm going to get on the treadmill or go walk at the park or something, because I feel like I didn't really do a workout because I'm not recognizing the workout that I'm doing in the morning as a workout. It's just part of my wake up routine now. And so that's what I mean is that when you add one thing at a time or you take away one thing at a time to your diet and you make a better choice one thing at a time and get used to that, it becomes part of your fiber and it's easier for you to sustain it long term because it doesn't seem like it's a real change. It's just part of who you are. And so I think that's probably the better way for me to go about it right now. Anyway, to wrap up, I'm down 0.4 this week. I am very happy about that. I'm celebrating. And also, you'll see the food that I've had over the last day or so, and also how wonderful that soup is that I got from Life with Sandy. Pasta Fagioli came out amazing, and everybody loved it. It's definitely going to be a mainstay, and we will be having it again this week because it made enough for us. And it freezes beautifully, so I might make some for when I go into surgery next month. Okay, guys, I'll see you in a bit. All right, so breakfast this morning is 1 egg, half cup of egg whites, probably the banana. I'll save it till last. And see, a cup of cooked old-fashioned oats, a couple of tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, some brown sugar swerve, about a quarter cup of blueberries, and then some nut pods in there as well, and some cinnamon. And it's gonna be my wonderful breakfast. All right, let's make a cucumber dill salad. Very easy and 0 points, I believe. Now the recipe calls for 2 large cucumbers, but I'm using the small Persian ones, so I'm using 5. You can slice them or cube them. 2 scallions cut up. 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, a quarter cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. I believe it was a half teaspoon of granulated garlic, 1.5 teaspoons of dill, and then your salt and pepper to taste, because I think they want you to put in a lot of pepper, and I think it really needs to be to taste. So that's up to you. So you're just going to mix in all the ingredients other than the cucumber and the scallions, and then dump it in, and then just mix it up really good. This is like super easy, super tasty, and you can serve this with a pita, serve it on the side with something, with some meat or whatever you want. I'm going to add some of this to my vegetarian lunch today, and I think I need 2 hands to stir this. So let me come back. Here's what I'm having. I'm having some brown rice, a little bit of fat-free feta, some Moroccan veggies on the side, and then I have those cucumbers. I'm having 6 of these dill pickle mini falafels from Trader Joe's. 6 is 2 points, and 10 is 4 points. So I'm just having 6. It's going to be enough for me. And I grabbed some of the Trader Joe's fat-free feta just to sprinkle on top. Honey made me a cappuccino for a snack. And then for dinner, I was making some of this wonderful pasta fagioli. This recipe I'm going to link below. I got it from Life with Sandy. I have not added the spices or the noodles just yet. I think I probably should have put the spices in, but I forgot, so I'm going to add them now. I have to tell you guys, this is probably one of the best soups I've ever made. I will add these noodles in, maybe like a half an hour before it's done. Whatever she told me to do, I did. But anyway, I am so excited to have had this. The kids, my hubby, everybody loved it. All right, I ran to the store and got some whole wheat baguettes. They're multigrain baguettes, and I didn't want to just get the white bread tonight, so I was looking for these. And I've been looking for a recipe for whole grain bread to use like this with soup, and I found it in this book. I love skill power, not willpower. I picked up this book from the library. I bought it for $1, and it had so many amazing recipes. Here's whole wheat French bread, and so I'm going to try to make this and see if I can get this going for us, and then maybe I can switch over the white baguettes to a whole grain baguette from now on. So this is the recipe, but I'll probably make a video to show you how that works out and give it a taste test and see how that goes. Lots and lots of great advice in here. It doesn't matter if you're doing keto, carnivore, low fat, or whatever. This is really a good book to have because it does hit a lot of good points in going forward with a healthy program, no matter what you're doing. Here it is finished, and it is beautiful. And I have to tell you, this was absolutely probably just one of the top 3 soups of all time I've ever had. Very simple, and I did it on the stove top, but you can do it in the crock pot like Sandy does. This is my breakfast the next morning, and you can even do it in the Instapot, I think. So the next morning I am having Chunky Monkey oatmeal, and I am using the growing oats method. Here's my half a cup of egg whites and 1 egg that Hungry Girl uses, like a growing oatmeal method. She just puts a ton of liquid in it. So what I did was I added 1 tablespoon of PB Fit. I took a half a tablespoon of the sugar-free chocolate chips and I chopped them up to put them on top with my pumpkin seeds. I've got brown sugar swerve, a banana that's cut up in here. I've got a little bit of chia seeds. I cooked 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in there to increase my soluble fiber, and I'm using nut pods. You've
Good.
I ain't good, I'm the best.